Welcome to the Strangers and Pilgrims Podcast, a UK-based Christian podcast to encourage the saints in the days of their pilgrimage. My name's Stephen White. This is my good friend Mike Tyler. We're going to introduce ourselves and tell you why we're doing this podcast. Mike?
Hi, so I'm Mike. I live in the Black Country. I was born and raised in Birmingham. I attend a local evangelical church just up the road where occasionally I preach, as well as preaching at some other local churches. And I run a Friday night youth group as well with my wife, who I met in Loughborough, which is also where I met Stephen. And we have two teenage girls. So that's who I am, Stephen.
My name's Stephen White. I am a husband to Layla, father of 6 children, so I have a pretty busy house. And I'm a second-hand book dealer in Bradford in West Yorkshire. I was blessed to have Christian parents who raised me to know the scriptures and in the faith. And I was baptised when I was 17. And I went off to Loughborough University where I met Mike. And that was a really pivotal time in my life where I took the Bible more seriously, started to live as a Christian. So now we live in Bradford and I preach occasionally in various places. But I did have a period between sort of August 2020 for about 18 months when I preached every Sunday. And then now that's come to an end. I preach occasionally at churches and I do most of my preaching on the street in Bradford, which, as you can imagine, is quite fun. So about the podcast itself, then, we hope to bring a UK perspective and some British accents to the podcasting space whilst having a wide-ranging approach to talk about anything in life that the Christian faith might impact, which is everything in life. Mike?
Yeah, great, thanks. So in terms of our commitment to the podcast, we are intending, although we live some distance apart, we are intending to try and meet up as often as we can to do the podcast in person. Anybody that knows the both of us will find this to be the most inevitable thing that has ever happened.
Yeah, the only question is, why did it take this long?
Indeed.
Yeah, because we're both so humble. I didn't want to just do it. But here we are. So the topics, as I said, will be up for discussing pretty much anything. There might well be a theme to each episode, but we hope that the episodes will be interesting and important and maybe controversial every now and then. So we'll be discussing loads of topics. For example, Mike, give us some of the type of topics we'll be discussing.
Yeah, so obviously we'll be discussing the gospel and salvation and those sorts of issues, but also Bible versions, evangelism, the state of UK preaching, which is a pressing issue at the moment, I think, gender and transgenderism, eschatology, politics, incarnation, sport, education, government authority, marriage, parenting, which you do a lot of, patriarchy, mental health, all these sorts of things will be in the mix, and lots of other things as well.
Yep, so there's going to be loads there. But to ground ourselves, the first couple of episodes, we're just going to give an introduction to us and our doctrinal perspectives. So that'll help you to know who we are. It'll also set you up for thinking, there's definitely going to be some stuff I agree with these guys, definitely some stuff I disagree with. But what we want is it to be accessible and beneficial to all Christians. Not just academics, not just regular guys, something for everyone. But there'll be times when you'll be loving what we're saying, times when you'll be shouting at the screen. We don't mind, as long as it drives you to think about the scriptures and about the Christian life and how that's to be lived. So our plan is to release episodes every Wednesday morning, and we hope that you'll tune in and listen to them. See you there.